Howdy folks, welcome back to Taheton County. Today it's all about corn. One of the local fellows here helping me. He did a great job running the combines, getting the rest of the beans in on the big field. So letting him take his hand at some corn today. And I think we got everything dialed in. Seems to be going good. This is about the halfway point around the field. So I was just checking in with him. Everything seems to be running great. So we're going to be doing some carting. So we need to run back around to where the tractor and the cart is. So let's do that real quick. Make sure nobody coming. Traffic is pretty light in this part of the country here, so kind of nice. Don't have to worry too much about it. I'm gonna buzz this up. I think I'll just park it right here in front of the house. Already got the tractor over here staged. Drive through the yard. Oh, this thing's getting tall. I can't decide if I want to mow it or just let it go. What do you think? Let me know. Should I mow the yard? Should that be a thing that we do? Oh, looks like we got some mail going out. Hear an airplane. Oh, here he comes. He's got his flashers on. He might be getting about full. Go check in with him. We ended up with quite a few beans. We'll take a look at the numbers here while we're waiting. Tractor's already warm, so she's going to crank right up. See what is he going to want to drop off here as he comes by, or we'll see what he's going to want to do. Yeah, it looks like he's ready to drop. Get up here in position and we'll get offloaded. There we go. Now, if I can just learn how to drive straight, we'll be in good shape. First corn coming off the property. I'm excited. And like I said earlier, we have a little bit of propane down there in the corn dryer. I'm not sure how long it's going to last. But we'll at least get started on getting the corn dry. And it's a little hard to tell, but I am having him drop a swath, and we're going to bale up some corn stalks to sell over to the fairgrounds. Looking pretty thin. Once this corn got ready, it's not great. I think our yield's going to be pretty low. And speaking of yield, something went wrong with the yield monitor, and part of this field didn't get recorded. But overall, this giant bean field here to the east, it did really well, unlike me driving. It did really well. So good yield on all the bean fields. The corn, not so much. Not so much looking good on the corn. Alright, we'll let him go on around. Shut it off there, bud. And we'll catch him on the flip side. By the time he gets back around, I think he'll be ready for me to offload again. So let's get up here. We'll take a look at some of the numbers. Beautiful fall day here in the first part of October. It was pretty cloudy this morning. It actually rained pretty early this morning, so I had to wait till after lunch to get into the field. But it didn't rain a whole lot, just enough to kind of keep us from getting harvesting this morning. Let's get back up here and turned around, and we'll be ready to hook up with him when he gets back around here. Told him to do a couple headland passes, and then he's going to start in on the big back and forths. Let's hang out here, and while we're waiting, let's take a look at a few things on our tablet here. As far as planting, I'm kind of wanting to get some weed in if we get time here in October in that other bean field like I talked about. The little one is at 152. Yeah, 152. I think we'll put some weed in here. And then we'll have plenty for our chickens. And I was looking over the silo, and you can switch it over so you can divide out the tanks separately. So we'll get all the, now that we got all the beans in, we can get that cleaned out. We can get some wheat later on in one of the extra bins. So that will work out nicely. If we take a look at growth, of course, we got that. Got harvested. I've already plowed these 2 fields, like I mentioned, I think in the last video. And everything needs plowed, so that's why we've been plowing. But if I look at, oh, no, yield is on here. Still don't have any soil information. You can see how poor the yield is on this cornfield. I'm thinking it's going to be pretty bad. Pretty bad. I don't know why. Maybe he just didn't get the right soil conditions while it was growing. So we'll have to look into that. But something went wrong with the yield. I'm not sure what happened. And even some over here. And I thought that was green before, so maybe some data got corrupted. I'm not sure what's going on. But anyway, we're going to be carting some corn. That's the main thing going on today. But there's a lot of corn here, so I'm going to be putting some cuts in. We got a lot of corn. And it always seems like he takes forever. Let me see, does he show up on the GPS? Yeah, he's coming around the backside. Don't know how full he is. So we'll catch him here in a bit. Well, he didn't quite make it all the way around. He got filled up, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to run down here and get him offloaded. He almost made it. He just had to come across the back stretch here. So close. Let's see if he'll just sit there and offload. That'll be ideal. Now, why would he do that? No. He's a busy guy. He's got places to be. All right, we'll chase him down. He's going to stop again here in a second as soon as his tank gets full. Hey, you missed a little bit back there, Joe. Come on, tractor. Gotta pull this hill. Joe, you gotta give me a chance here, bud. Oh crap! I hit the unhitch button. It's not good. It's all coming apart. Got her stuck in cruise control. Everything's falling apart. Yeah, I know you need to be unloaded, Joe. If you'd hold still, this would all go according to plan. Now it's just a giant mess. We got corn all over the ground. I dropped the trailer hitch in the mud. It's just a mess. Now I'm trying to chase you down. Trailer's getting full. Now what are you doing? You're not even harvesting anything. Oh, he's taking off. Okay, Joe, I guess I'll catch you on the flip side. Let's go empty out. We'll let Joe just do his thing. Probably my fault. I didn't give him clear instructions on what I wanted to do for the offload. Alright, let's go ahead and get some flashers on. There hasn't been much traffic through here, but you never know. Alright, let's kick her up a couple gears now that we've got the downhill gravity helping us out. It's a pretty good old tractor, but man, she was feeling that load trying to come up to a little bit of a hill there. Old Joe can just wait. We got to get this corn offloaded. I want to get the dryer kicked in. Make sure that's going to work okay. Alright, this dumps from the right side there. Alright, we got about 2,000 liters of propane. Now we got some corn in there. I think the control panel's over here. See if we can get this turned on. Okay, and we're storing the dried corn. Perfect. It's got to be the quietest corn dryer I've ever come across. Usually they're just a howling. Now we're getting dried corn, so I guess it's doing its thing. Huh. New stealth corn dryer. What will they come up with next? Alright, Joe's radio, and then he needs to be unloaded, so let's head back on up the hill. Oh, just about stalled her out. Come on, old girl. I'm a-coming, Joe. We'll get there. Let's see if he will actually stay put this time. No, I did the beans there. It worked great. But I actually had course play and auto drive working together, so I think they communicate. They communicate better than Joe and I do. Now, in case he takes off again, I wonder if it'd be best for me to come in from this direction so I can escape. Alright, stay put, Joe. You copy? Yeah, just stay put right there. Good job. I'll take all you got, and then you can get back at her. Kind of looks like he's not taking a full row, but it's a tiny little head. I don't know why old Mr. White had such a tiny head. First chance I get, we're going to sell that thing and get a decent sized head on there. Get like a 10 or 12 row, see what we can find. I guess that is a full cut. It's just a tiny corn head. All right, well, I'm going to let him get filled up again, and we'll be back in a little bit for a little bit more corn hauling. Let's see if I can be slick and just pull in behind him here. Get him offloaded on the downswing here. There we go. Now if I can just keep her lined up, I can keep him offloaded. I can take a peek in his hopper up there. And then we can get full, and we'll take full loads down rather than running down there with just 2/3 full. I want to keep him running. Time is money. And it is costing me a little bit to hire these guys, but I think it's worth it because it would take me forever to harvest and then hop off and offload and run this down to the silo every time. All right, looking good, Joe. Catch you on the flip side. Get out of his way. Yeah, the old 786 is feeling this corn weight. For sure. All right, I'll check in again with you when the grain cart's full. I thought I heard a fan belt squeaking or something. Might have to tighten up that alternator a little bit. We'll see. But anyway, Joe is coming back across here, so I wanted to catch up with him. Now it looks like he might be full already. I was hoping he could get down to the end of that row, and then I was going to chase him down and offload, but he's already full up. Couldn't quite get to the end, so I miscalculated a bit. This should about fill us up, I think. At least when he backs out like this, he doesn't take off without me. Yeah, the sun's really coming out. It was nice, and then that's clouding up again. It just can't make up its mind today. Alright, I am full, Joe. I'm going to head on down for the silos. The full 10,000 liters of corn. I'm glad we're going downhill to the silos. Alright, nobody coming. Oh yeah, she's feeling that load for sure. Just looking again at the soil sample equipment. I think we're going to just lease that this fall, and we'll get some soil samples into the lab and just get an idea of what the heck's going on here with the fields. And then we can plan out in the spring what we need to do to get the soil right. Because this corn yield is just pathetic. So it definitely needs help. Alright, more corn for the dryer. Just take another quick look at the yield. You can just see just must be a different soil type maybe in here. It's just really bad. We're down in like 70% yield. So we need to fix that for sure. Anyway, let's get back up to the top of the hill. And I think that'll about be it for this one. I'm going to be working with Joe here, getting the rest of the corn in. It's going to take probably the rest of the day, maybe even into the evening. And then that'll be all the crops in. Then we just have to get the plowing done here on the south fields, which will take some time. And then I want to get, once that little field over there is plowed up, look into how we're going to get some wheat planted. I don't believe the seed drill I've got will do wheat, but I'll have to check and see what kind of adjustments we can make on it. I know it's set up for, we can do both corn and beans on it. Don't know about the wheat. That'll be something to look into. Joe, are you full again? Or is he turning around? Oh, he's turning around. Alright, well thanks as always for watching, folks. We call it quits here. And I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care.